How are the organizations managing a data subject access request? This person says they did not notice any applicable enforcement cases listed under this category.
We do have cases of organization facing access requests. Usually they would accede to those requests. However, the field that comes to us, probably because the organization did not agree to giving in to the access request of the individuals, and the individuals sought our assistance to help to get access from the organization. For those decisions, we will go in and take a closer look and to decide whether or not the organization is right to refuse the access. Sometimes we go in, we take a look, and we identify that certain aspects of the information relating to personal data can be actually reviewed or given to the requester, and we have directed the organizations. However, we have also agreed to the organizations to actually redact some of them, which we find that is beyond their obligations to actually give it up and to give in to the requester.
But let's take a step back. Why would someone write to the organization? And our advice would be, you should be wary, because obviously it takes time to write to the organization. Something is wrong. So Lynn, from your perspective, based on what you have been involved in, when someone actually writes to the organization, it's actually the first potential sign of trouble. Because I'm busy. I'm not going to write just for the sake of writing it. Obviously, I will ask to access that information. And once you confirm it, and then all hell will break loose at my end, because a specific complaint and I wanted to confirm it, which is why I asked for access to my personal data. Your thoughts, Lynn?
If they don't get access, it tends to snowball from there. I've got a case at the moment where somebody's making an access request because they discovered that the organisation's got some particularly sensitive information and they don't know where they got it from. So what's going on, and how come you're suddenly using this sensitive information for your own marketing purposes? So that sort of thing is not atypical. If they don't get an answer, then they'll figure out what other complaint they can make and take it to the Commission in the hope that it'll get uncovered in that way.
Fantastic. Commissioner Libro, your thoughts? Because when somebody writes to your organization, he invests time. Obviously, there was some issue, right? Either his data is accurate or something could be wrong, he's unhappy. What advice would you give to the DPOs here? Because an unhappy customer is a dangerous customer. Sign of trouble, they will write in first. Yeah.
Well, Kevin, frankly, we don't have too many complaints or issues on the subject access request. But I remember there was a particular case that landed in the early days of the Commission on that issue of the data subject requesting access, which the PIC health institution denied. But that case ended with a settlement. It went to mediation. It was settled. So I'm telling this story because definitely these cases and complaints would be determined at some point, whether it goes into mediation. The complainant would have to face the PIC. The PIC would have to address the nature of the complaint. But my message is there. Protection laws are relatively nascent still in this part. Thailand is just about to start their implementation. Just to sum up my observations with the figures that you showed earlier, Kevin, it's now very obvious that citizens are more aware about their rights. And when we have a more aware citizenry, they will assert their rights and they will do it and they will complain. So organizations must be ready to address customers' issues and concerns and complaints. They must ready their organization to be able to address these complaints. When we started, I had a survey of customer or Filipinos' awareness on data privacy, and when I left, we did another survey and awareness has doubled. So you're now talking of many Filipinos that are aware of their rights, and they are going to asserting these rights. It's something that they have done actually a few years back, but we expect that more and more citizens will be asserting their rights over their data.
For more data protection resources, visit www.dpaxnetwork.org, the Data Protection Excellence Network, and sign up for free as a member to have full access to all content. Do also like and follow us on Facebook and LinkedIn if you found this useful.